Welcome back to Fan Session.
You did.
Where we answer what y'all want to ask us, That's what we on right now. So we're going to start right here with the JB. Young NBA player that reminds you most of yourself when you were entering the league.
Me, T. Warren. He's wearing number 1 for Indiana.
He got game. He was in Phoenix, right?
But he plays, his game reminds me a lot of mine.
That's a good call. I like that. I don't really see a young player. I kind of think like what I did was like a dying breed, kind of like just the straight 3 and D guy. Although
You're
we
one-on-one, huh?
No, not at all. Not that we could do as far as just being real. Absolutely. Yeah. Someone that just plays defense and plays his role, knocks down shots. I see a lot of my PJ Tucker and myself. Just go out there, does all the dirty work, doesn't get much praise, but goes out there.
You're better offensively.
Yeah, I could do a little bit more offensively, but teammates love him, and he comes to work every night.
Best believe life. Which player or players would have been the face of the league had they not gotten injured early on? Derrick Rose, Penny Hardaway, Grant Hill, or even Brandon Ward. Greg Oden come to mind, and others. And is D. Rose a shoe-in for the Hall of Fame? So first question.
Yeah, right. That's a lot of questions. Who would have been a face of a league?
Well, they hadn't got injured.
Derrick Rose was the youngest MVP in the history, right?
Yep.
Penny Hardaway was a killer. I don't think people know how good Penny Hardaway was. First team All-NBA, battled Jordan on both ends. Him and Shaq had a hell of a run. Grant Hill, to me, would have been one of the greatest players of all time had he not got hurt.
I got to go
and first. Then Brandon Roy, Greg Oden would have been a solid player. He wasn't on the level of any of the guys we just mentioned, though.
He would be top 5 if he wasn't hurt.
Who?
All time. Grant Hill.
Yeah.
That's one of my idols. That's my big brother. That's somebody who I patterned my game after. If he wouldn't have got hurt, he would be top 5 player all the time.
Motherfucker, boy.
And I got to go Brandon Roy. One of the toughest people to cover, one of the best players I've ever played against. Definitely, if he wouldn't got hurt, I think he would have been an all-star and one close to being the face of the league, no question.
Derrick Rose was, we all saw Derrick Rose.
He was the face of the league to me.
He's on his comeback story, but Derrick Rose was a special talent. He just came out with saying if load management was a part of the game when he was playing, he would probably still be a Bull.
I think so. Multiple MVP.
I agree. Justin_Matthew1. Which QB would you start a franchise with? Deshaun Watson, Patrick Mahomes, or Lamar Jackson, and why?
I'm going, just something about the last name.
Before you say anything,
okay.
Think about how far we've come. The top quarterbacks in the league are all black now. The top highest paid quarterback in the league is black now. That just says a lot because I'm a huge football fan, love football, first sport. Black quarterbacks didn't used to get a chance they were always put in other positions. They never really got a chance to shine. There's very few Doug Williams, Warren Moon, guys that really got to come out and play.
Randall Cunningham,
they got to come out and play quarterback, Steve McNair, rest in peace. So the fact that we're even having this conversation right now is dope.
Definitely refreshing. But something about that last name.
The Lamar Jackson guy.
The last name, I just look at the last name and I know how that name is clutch. Like some cold motherfuckers with that last name, and he is definitely one of them. The shit he doing on the field, he looked like a joystick. I said this when he got drafted, when people was killing him, said he wasn't gonna be a quarterback. I said, watch and see, he gonna be a better Mike Vick, and he's showing it. I would definitely go.
I didn't know how good he was. You know what I mean? I didn't know how good he was.
Louisville, he was a problem.
To me, I saw him in college. I just didn't know if that would translate. But to me, he's the front runner for MVP ahead of Russell Wilson. Everyone wants to give to Russell Wilson a rate. To me, Lamar Jackson is a front runner for MVP. But to start a franchise, those are 3 great picks. Love Deshaun Watson. But I think I'll go with Patrick Mahomes. I think he's come a little bit back down to earth right now since his first real significant injury. But the things I've seen him do, the things we've seen all 3 of these quarterbacks do have been amazing. But it's a tough call. I love Deshaun Watson. I'm a huge fan of Lamar Jackson now, but I'll probably have to go Patrick Mahomes.
At 59.50, do you think you still have the gas for a 10-day contract? Man, listen, man.
No for me.
I still can hoop a little bit, but absolutely not. I'm a half-court motherfucker. I'm not going to gas myself up. Yeah, reality has set in over here.
Yeah.
Half court only, and then that might be at the end. You know what I mean? Fuck no. You got gas for that?
No, not at all. I got gas.
Yeah, that's all.
I don't have not to play. I don't really even have and I told Jack this because there was a chance for me to play in the Big Three and
I damn near begged him.
Come back on one of these teams that was making a run the year I retired, but I just didn't want to play basketball no more. I got to a point where I got a hell of a run. It didn't end the way I wanted to as far as playing and winning a championship, but I won a championship. but I kind of just not fell out of love, but just ran out of gas overall for the game. It was just too exhausting for me. I was missing too much time with my family, so I don't have the gas, nor would I want to even think about having the gas for a 10-day.
But you can fill up on gas now.
I'm fully loaded right now, locked and loaded. Next question. At what age did y'all start smoking? When y'all was in the league? Was it an everyday or occasional thing?
I started smoking around 11, 12.
I could tell them lips got wear and tear on them. You need to get a chapstick endorsement.
I had a rough life, man. I had a rough life.
Like a spray-on chapstick endorsement.
If only y'all knew the half, man. Shit. But around 11, 12, I smoked after every game. I had to. I mean, you know, it helps me focus. It helps me function. So, yes, I started at a young age, and yes, I still smoke, but I didn't smoke 4 games.
I started about 14, and from there till this day, have been a smoker for many reasons. But I was someone that smoked before games and after games. So it's something we've been doing. I think I'm a better version of myself when I smoke, and I think it helps with a lot of shit this crazy world throws at us. And it's probably something I'll do to the day I die.
OG_Rafa1. Favorite thing to eat after a smoke sesh?
Anything. Don't tell them you're real.
Fuck you mean? What kind of question is that?
After a smoke session, what's my favorite? I like those sour gummy bears. What was the ones you bought earlier?
Yeah, they fire.
Them shit's bomb.
My go-to is the voodoo chips, them voodoo potato chips.
Them shit, they got those at
Crack.
Yeah, them shits are bomb. Extra flavor.
With all the colors on the bag, the Cajun ones, Lord have mercy.
Extra flavor.
Bust them down.
Mine would probably be
everything, all the seasons when you're done.
Sushi, actually we're about to get some sushi right now.
Yellowtail on this bitch.
Because we blow it anyway right now. But anyway, yeah, those are, hope we answered that. At Bill Beeman. If Pascal Siakam keeps up this level of play, does he deserve to be in discussion of the most improved award? I think it's beyond that.
He's all-star.
Yeah, he's in the all-star discussion. Shout out our guy Rico Hines, man. He's really put a lot of work in with
Toast.
Spicy P. And he was telling us early on how good this kid could be and how good he's gonna be. You know, he's a clear, to me, best player on that team. Most improved. He probably should win the award, but I think he's past that. I think he'll definitely be an all-star this year, and he's gonna be one of the top players.
First team, second team this year, I think so.
He's one of the top players because he can do it all.
Yeah, but improved player, that's below him. That's beneath him.
Yeah, I agree.
At Courtney_N and _Adam_Witt, you need your name too long, fam. Would either of you ever get into coaching or ownership?
I grew up with this kid. He grew up on the shout out Castle Street. That's my homeboy Adam. I haven't talked to him in years. What up, bro?
What's up, Adam?
Yeah, I grew up with him.
Just put Adam next time.
This shit's too long?
Yeah, goddamn, fuck. The whole question is your name. The fuck.
You get into coaching or ownership? For me, I'll take this first. I love coaching my kids, and I plan on coaching them through high school, and when they get to college, they're on their own. But I don't see myself ever coaching the NBA just because the travel schedule is too much for me, and I probably wouldn't take well to some of these young, smart-ass kids talking back to me.
When we become legal, yeah, I would coach in the NBA if they let me smoke.
I just saw something where they're trying to legally, the bill's been passed or something. I gotta look, but that's on the way.
Yeah, well, I'll definitely coach then.
Okay.
I want to coach. I would love to coach both my sons together at some point.
Yeah.
That's my dream, but I would definitely.
Ownership. I mean, I would love to be. I would love to be a part of an ownership group. I think that would be cool. I think having people that are more in touch with the culture, have ownership on something that is that big and that important, I think can only help. So, ownership definitely. Coaching, fuck no.
Ownership. I'm dealing with reality. I got to get my funds up.
Do y'all have a crazy edible experience? I don't fuck with edibles.
I do.
Do you? Do you have an experience?
Yes. So my first time taking this, it was a gummy edible, and when I got them, he told me to put them in the ice box. Let them sit in the ice box because I didn't want to eat them. So it was New Year's, and me and my daughter Sky went to church. So I listen to gospel music. How I do it, I do everything after I smoke. So I take the edible before I go to church with her on New Year's.
Just one?
My first time taking this one, and and it was, I think it was like 50 mgs. So I take it, and I'm good. On the way to it's just me and her too. So as soon as we get into church, that shit kick in, and Sky wants to go to sleep. So Sky, as she goes to sleep, I feel like the lady sitting next to me staring at me. I feel like the preacher, you already feel like the preacher talking to you. So I feel like he talking to me, and I feel like I'm so high, I feel like Sky is starting to levitate off my lap. And so I get to the point where I'm holding her down. I had to catch myself because I was pressing on her too hard, bro. So I knew I was
You
geeking.
thought you was saving her from floating away?
Yeah, like I'm really thinking she's floating, so I'm holding her down, had to catch myself and snap out of it in the middle of church service. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Yeah, I was super geek, bro.
Jesse was in the building.
Now I control my dosage on my
See, I don't mess with
I still
edibles.
eat them though, ain't nothing changed. I still eat them.
I seen, this is kind of a personal story. At my little nephew Jaden's birthday party, it's like around the We Believe time. You know, my dad has been in the game for a minute, so one of my homegirls from the Bay brings up some edible brownies. And that was I think it was my dad's first experience with him. He just like, fuck it, you know what I mean? I done every drug in the world. This shit ain't gonna fuck with me, you know what I mean? So he takes these edibles and all of a sudden this motherfucker just disappears. Like, where the fuck is this nigga at? Like, we don't know where he's at. The whole birthday party's just gone. So I used to have this place in the bottom of my house called the Dungeon. And it was like a little ass room where the ceiling was this high, but we painted that shit, had low ass couches. We used to just play video games in there all day and get blowed. So I go in there and the first thing I noticed is it's cold as fuck in there. He didn't turn the air conditioner all the way to low. This motherfucker's passed out and his tighty whitey's just gone, bro.
Sweating?
Gone. No, he wasn't. It was too cold in there to sweat, bro.
That's probably why he turned it on.
Man, I thought he was done. Yeah, but he was hot. And he just, like I said, to know everything that my dad's been involved in and to see an edible do that to him, I knew right then that edibles weren't for me.
Yeah, you can't shake them up.
Fuck edibles. I'm cool.
Inside Out Glam. Did either of you ever think you would be doing this body of work on this platform? Also, for Matt, are you aware that your life has taken a shift in our culture today as a voice for the people and one that is respected? By the way, keep representing. Shout out Inside Out Glam for that.
Appreciate that, man.
You can answer that, bro.
Did I ever think? No, to be honest with you. You know, like I said, I think Jack and I are real similar when it comes to we've just always been this way.
Always.
You know what I mean? We've always spoke the truth, whether it was directly affected us or around us. And I think it's rare, and I think that's why people, you know, love both of us for that. I'm someone that's very vocal now in the culture and doing stuff, not just talking about, but actually, you know, creating bills. You know, I helped pass the bill AB 392, which is a police procedure bill. I'm someone that realizes basketball created a tremendous platform for me, and I try to utilize my voice and my opinion to help shape things and bring awareness to things. And it's something I really enjoy doing, so man, I really appreciate that. But to answer your question, did I think we were gonna be able to do this when we thought of it? We never thought this shit would be possible.
Nah, I think what's real refreshing for you is that like you don't have too many people that stand how we stand and consider the real one, but it's educated and you know what you're talking about. You know what I mean? I think not only for me working with you, but everybody else, that's what they respect about you.
Appreciate that,
you know what
bro.
I'm saying? You're a real one and you know the shit you be talking about. But I never thought that. Rachel Nichols called me starting the jump. And she was like, I'm starting this show. You know, I want you to be one of my co-hosts on the show. And I never even thought about being on the show on ESPN or none of that. You know, most guys think they got to go to these classes and do all this shit to get that opportunity. Just being a real motherfucker got me that opportunity.
Yeah. I just didn't realize like how far our voice traveled. You know, I didn't realize that these kind of people would be listening to us and really.
We on Showtime, fool.
Crazy. We made it, almost.
Well, we made it. We did.
Thank you, dog. Appreciate that. Champagne_Dom. Why are finals losses counted against a player's legacy but first round exits or not? I don't think it should be.
Well, you know, I think this is one reason I think why. Because everybody, the ceiling is Jordan. He's undefeated in the finals. So when they talk about being one of the greats and they talk about finals, they hold that to a high standard because the best player ain't never lost in the motherfucking finals.
That's a great point.
Hot take. Watch that be all over fucking ESPN and everywhere else. Stop stealing our shit, man.
That's the one?
That's the one.
And you're right. And then, you know, that's the one knock they have against LeBron is, what is he in the finals? 3? He's got 3 championships?
It don't matter. He still might.
But to me, that's crazy. You know, to me, I look at it the other side, like the fact that you can get he went to 8 straight finals. The fact that you can even get your team there. You know what I mean? There's always only going to be one winner every year. He's been able to get to, you know, 3 championships. But that's a good question, you know, a legacy. And then someone else also brought something up that like, why is greatness judged on championships? And then that kind of almost goes to your point again, because Mike had 6 rings.
And the goal is to be the best and win it, you know, the champion. So if you're the best player, you got to have some championships.
Right. And it's funny because I think that, you know, a lot of people get discredited. Karl Malone, Charles Barkley, guys that never won it, but were still tremendous talents. You never really hear talked about in the hierarchy of rankings of players.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because that championship, that means everything. Like Barkley was great and Karl Malone was great, but not being able to say you were the best for that year, you were the best in the world, you know, to go along with your numbers and all that, it means nothing.
But to get back to that question, it's a great point, you know, because the first round exit should be more like, motherfucker, you got lost in the first round.
Yeah, Dallas.
And losing in the finals, I mean, getting to the finals, obviously you want to win it, but getting to the finals is a tremendous accomplishment. So that's a good question. I don't know why, but shit, the more we talk about it, maybe we can change that.
First round, second round, third round finals, you lose, you lose.
It's a loss is a loss, yeah.
R. Davis, how good could Trae Young be?
I didn't believe in Trae Young. To me, he's another version of Steph, and that's hard to say because Steph was a transitional player who changed the face of not only the NBA, but basketball as a whole. You know, coaching little kids, I see that. Kids don't get warmed up under the basketball. They come out and shooting that bitch from half court to get warm. You know what I mean? And I think that's a tribute to Steph. You know what I mean? Like some people like it shouldn't be that way, but that's what the game is now. So to see, you know, a Trae Young, which to me is a Steph 2.0, I love it, and I think the sky's the limit for Trae Young.
I see him a lot in Atlanta. I live in Atlanta, so I see him a lot, and from the jump, I saw a lot of special stuff, but I've seen very few players in the NBA that toy with motherfuckers. Like, we play.
He toys with them more than Steph, yeah.
That's when you know
he's tough.
They're great. We've seen Steph toy with motherfuckers. We see James toy with motherfuckers. When you got players that come in the league that throw it between your legs and like that, that's when you know he's separating himself from everybody else, but I knew he was going to be pretty good.
Vaughn 69 Harrison, if you could change at least 2 rules in the NBA, which 2 would you change and why? Number 1, smoke.
Dope. Smoke all the dope in the world.
Because like I said, it really, people don't understand when we say that, oh, you're just being this, you're just being that. Like they don't understand the travel schedule and the pain we are in on a daily basis and the distractions we have to block out on a daily basis. And cannabis is something that helped me and you out through the whole process. It helps a lot of people out, so they shouldn't be punished for it. So that would definitely be number 1. That goes without saying. What's the second rule?
The second rule? I would force the NBA to try to find more basketball players to be referees than ex-baseball players and football players. You got a whole bunch of little 5'9" guys, 5'2" guys that's refereeing the NBA that's never played basketball, don't know what contact feel like, don't know how to make a layup, a shot, or nothing, refereeing the game. I think we need more people that played the game to referee the game, and you'll get away from a lot of those bullshit calls that happen in the game. And a lot of players will understand game situations if they're refereeing the game. I think they need to change that.
My second rule would also involve the referees, but I think there would be more transparency when they fuck up. You know, players are held to a high standard. You know, when we have a bad game, it's all over ESPN. When we fuck up, it's all over ESPN, but it's almost like the refs can do anything. And, you know what I mean? We can't see, I don't know if you can see their grade cards or whatever. I know they get graded every game, but we should be more transparent and refs should be held accountable when they fuck calls up that cost a game or you know, a series. Like, we need to know what they're fined, how much they're gonna be fined, are they gonna be suspended? I think there needs to be more transparency with the referees.
Molo second. What's more impressive, Kobe 81 or AD? Oh, I gotta read this over. Molo second. What's more impressive, Kobe's 81 or AD's eyebrow?
That's fucking crazy.
I think
he burnt out. I know he was. Whoever wrote this was high when they wrote this shit, and they was laughing.
Molo second. We want to meet you, fam.
Yeah,
we want to meet you, fam.
I mean, obviously Kobe's 81. I mean, shit, second highest total ever. But AD's eyebrow, he gets it off though. He got like the Al B. Shore, and he gets it off. Like some people, like a unibrow is not in ever, but AD pulls it off.
The only way I'll say the eyebrow is more impressive if he doesn't get it arched. If it's naturally in shape and in line.
Is it?
I don't know.
You gotta ask
But
him.
if he does get it arched, Kobe 81 for sure.
So if that shit is just naturally perfectly arched, then
if this shit is organic, yeah, we gotta go with AD. Gotta go with the brow.
He's stupid. All-time starting 5 you wouldn't want to fuck with. Who's yours?
I'm gonna go.
Let's not put ourselves in it.
Well, goddamn, we ain't gonna have a starting five.
We might be able to find 5.
Okay.
If we have to, we
I'm
can
gonna go. Oak,
Agreed.
Zebo.
Agreed.
I'm going Derrick Coleman.
Good call.
Danny Fortson.
Big fella. Xavier McDaniel.
No, I'm going with Diesel. Shaq.
Shaq.
Yep, them 5 motherfuckers. And I wish you would. I wish a motherfucker would with them 5. I wish.
Shaq wanted to be mean. That motherfucker
I
so
wish
strong.
a motherfucker would with them.
My 5, probably a lot of the same. Shaq, Oakley, Mason, Anthony Mason, rest in peace.
Rest in peace, OG.
Zebo.
Yeah, he breaking faces and shit.
Who would my 5th be?
Dr. J used to squab.
They used to. Could you imagine playing in that era where you would be able to swing a couple and maybe get a game suspension and be cool? I wish it could be like hockey where you could just squabble and you have to go sit in the penalty box and come back and move. That shit
That'll
would be
be
dope. That would knock all the fuck shit out the way.
Yep.
Who's my 5th? X-Men, Xavier McDaniels.
Xavier McDaniel.
That'd be my 5.
Ex-Missouri.
That's a wrap for Fan Session. Make sure you continue to send your questions to our Instagram handle at All the Smoke so we can answer your questions, man. These questions were fun. We had some fun. The eyebrow question, you're burnt out for that question.
I enjoyed this stuff. I enjoyed it.
Fun. So continue to send your questions in. We'll continue to answer them. Continue to follow All the Smoke Showtime Basketball YouTube and all platforms to stream
All of 'em.
podcasts.